Hello there and a very warm welcome to another edition of The Beam. I am Victor Matthias. The fourth industrial revolution has already kicked off the world over, with world powers investing in technology, adoption of broadband and internet penetration. However, in Africa, governments have shut down the internet for various reasons ranging from insecurity, political dissent, and most recently during examinations by school students in Ethiopia. And that will be our focus on the program today. But first, let's take a look at the trending topics in the past week. Nigeria's Super Eagles lost their opening 2019 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier with a shock 2-0 defeat to the Bafana Bafana of South Africa in Uyo. Nigerians wasted no time to speak their minds on how they feel about the results of the match. The people of the Western Senatorial District of Kogi State kick-started the process of recalling Senator Dino Melaye from the National Assembly. This also got Nigerians talking, and they took to their social media handles to speak their minds about the development. Well, there you go. Those were the trends in the past week. Let's now join our online contributors who are joining us via a Google Plus Hangout.
Right now, the world in the third industrial revolution, where people are now able to achieve more online. Lots of business are online. From the digital and social media. Lots of companies are using ERPs. And lots of people who run business now use social media, Facebook, like WhatsApp, and the whole rest of them. And you can see this whole platform of tools enables business to run very fast, quick sales, quick turnovers. And as the speed of this increases in an economy, it helps an economy to grow. So imagine an economy where we have more of SMEs than large corporations as compared to other Western world, where you shut down the internet. You can imagine the amount of impact the small businesses, the entrepreneurs are going to be affected, and what it could do to an economy when you add up everything together. So it's going to have a huge impact on the economy. And according to a study by Brookings, the financial evaluation of an internet shutdown around the world last year, 2016, was estimated to be around $2.4 billion. And in this 2017, I believe it's going to be more than that if that happens. So that is one of the effects of this internet shutdown.
I think we have already become kind of slaves of the internet now. So I don't think cutting out the internet would help anyone. So there will be a lot of things that would go off. Earlier on, I think I see a lot of people being online for the sake of social media networking. But nowadays, we're seeing a lot of change. People are learning more development and technology and many things to use the internet for their own good instead of just a social network. So I think if internet had been shut down in Africa, we would see a huge, for example, knowledge in particular, education. Most of our students now are kind of internet babies. So they love the things. So, and I see people also taking courses online. So I think there'll be a huge impact on that. And more specifically, I think the future of Africa relies on the internet now, because we had a lot of gap in the olden days, but now technology and internet has brought the gap closer, so that people from here can also learn what's happening in other countries and what's the trending information or knowledge that they need to learn and acquire.
So how does this make or mar Africa's chances of joining the fourth industrial revolution? As you know, this revolution will be powered using the internet.
I would say Africa is really drawn back, even in the third industrial revolution. And if talking about the industrial revolution, the countries that kind of got involved in industrial revolutions and started it, like the UK, France, Russia, and the rest, they all became world power. And most of these countries that are world powers didn't just become world power by the present industrial revolution. They started doing something from the first industrial revolution, which gave them a leverage to the second industrial revolution and to the third. So imagine Africa, we can say, looking at the curriculum, the educational curriculum of Africa and where we are right now, we can say that we're a couple of years backward. And if we decide to go on with the internet shutdown, so it's going to take Africa like 5 to 10 years back, because right now in the fourth industrial revolution, what is it all about? Industrial revolution is the merging of the physical, the digital, and biological. So whereby there won't be much difference. There will be a high level of seamlessness between human beings and the computers. We're talking about a time whereby things will be connected to the internet. So you can imagine the enormous economic impact, how it's going to speed up businesses. So right now we're already backward. Trying to shut down the internet is not really going to help, because it's going to drive Africa back. And at some time I asked myself, the government that want to shut down this internet, are they doing it for the sake of the people, or they are doing it for some other other purposes? So any government that wants its economy to move forward and wants to grow, shutting down the internet should be the last thing, and not at the point as this.
All right, but when these shutdowns actually go on, there are usually always reasons for them. How would you say these reasons are justifiable? For example, the one that occurred in Ethiopia just some weeks back was as a result of examination by students.
Yeah, so I think most of the time is the fear, like fear of change or something. Like, I remember back then in my school when I was in secondary school, and we could not enter our class when we were writing an exam, we couldn't enter with the phones and stuff like that, because the school thinks that, okay, students will cheat in their examination. But as time goes on, people begin to understand that, okay, there's a lot of ways that they could tackle that. And I wrote a Cambridge exam in Kano some years back, and I realized that it's allowed. You can enter with your phone. So they understand that, okay, technology is there, but they have to find a way to kind of mitigate it from affecting student examination by using devices or stuff to disconnect them within the examination hall. So things like that should be a kind of strategies should be taken when there's situations like that where there's the need for something, then the solution needs to be taken, not wipe it off entirely or run away from it.